Today is 689 day that I'm here to share lessons I learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about problem solving. Problem solving. Every single person that has problems, that means people need to learn how to solve problems. But it's something that a lot of times people learn to solve problems one way, and they are not looking different ways to solve problems, and that's a lot of times creates a lot of problems. So that means we need to be creative, adaptable, and really look how other people solve problems. Because when you try different ways to solve the same problem, you find out that maybe that problem was not that big. You just need to find different ways to solve it. So today we'll share 15 ways that really people are looking into solving problems, because as I said, sometimes we need to approach differently the same problem and be able to understand how to solve the problem. So let's get started. So first is analytical problem solving. What I mean by analytical problem solving, that means that when you have a problem, it could be that you're able to analyze some data regarding the problem, understanding where that problem is coming from. So understanding the data and really analyzing the data could allow you to understand the problem better. And because you understand and you're aware of the problem, now you're able to make much more informed decisions. So sometimes it's analysis on data is important, sometimes not. But knowing what's available, you are much more ready to handle different kind of problems. Number 2 is design thinking. So that means that a lot of times we need to solve problems is innovative, it's creative. And that means that we need to be designing, visualizing, okay, how are we able to solve this problem? Because a lot of times the first is more really crunching the numbers and others understanding the analytical side. And second is more about creative side, that we need to really designing different ways to handle the same problem. Number 3 is critical thinking. That means that we need to understand, okay, what is the most important pieces to cover in that problem, because some are critical, some are minor things. And if you spend most of your time on minor things, of course you're not able to solve the critical important things. So we need to have the critical mindset, critical thinking to able to solve any kind of problem. Number 4 is TRIZ, so theory of innovative problem solving. That means that's inventive problem solving. That means sometimes we need to invent something totally new that never been created before to solve the problem. So that means when we have a problem, a lot of times people solve exactly the same problem with the old ways. And old ways doesn't work anymore. So that means we need to really think about what kind of new ways we're able to create, what kind of inventive ideas, innovation we're able to add in our problem solving to make sure that we're able to overcome our problems. Number 5 is Lean Six Sigma. So that means we're able to really improve small things every single time. That means that Lean and Six Sigma is all about small improvements. That means that some problems need major improvements and some problems could be improved little by little. So Lean Sigma is all about really focusing on small improvements until the problem disappears altogether. Number 6 is decision analysis. That means that you're able to analyze it. So, strengths, weaknesses, you put like benefits, disadvantages, you put like and really designing different kind of decisions and choosing which decision is the best. So that means when you have a problem, you can analyze different kind of decisions and finding advantages and disadvantages for those decisions. Number 7 is brainstorming. I like brainstorming in problem solving as well. That means that you write all possible ideas, all possible solutions, everything. You have an idea, you put it out on the table, and then you question it. Is that a viable solution or not? Because a lot of times when you start to brainstorm and you put everything on the table, you find out that there's much more solution than you have ever thought about. Number 8 is A3 problem solving. So that means that you can have an A3, so big piece of paper, and then write down everything about the problem, root cause, where it came from, and that means that you put about the problem, where it came from, root cause, like every single piece about the problem. So when you understand the problem better and able to create a plan on that paper, and you have that visual of the problem. Sometimes, for me, I'm a visual person, so I love seeing everything in front of me. So A3 problem solving is very good idea for me because I really love seeing everything in front of me to be able to solve the problem. Number 9 is Kaizen. Kaizen. I don't know if you have heard, but Kaizen is one of the things that you're able to improve small things as well. So that means that you have a big problem and then say what I'm able to do, what small improvements I'm able to do to really get better. Because Kaizen is just small improvements on specific idea to really bring better productivity. So problem solving is, Kaizen is essential as well. So that means sometimes you're able to prevent problems with Kaizen. Number 10 is cause and effect analysis. So that means that when we look into really our problems, so that means that we need to understand what is the cause and what is effect. What is the cause and what is effect? Because a lot of times we're looking into effect as the problem. But if you're focusing on effect, you will not be able to solve the problem because what we need to focus on is on the cause of the problem, not an effect. So that means really asking the questions that allow us to understand what is true cause of this problem, allows us to focus on fixing the problem rather than fixing the effect. Number 11 is Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis is very, very powerful. What it means is that sometimes when you have a big problem, you need to focus on 80% or 20% of the problem that will solve 80% of your problems. Because majority of everything in life is that 20% of the effort could give you 80% of the results. So if you're able to focus on the most important things that really you give 80% of your effort to 20% of the problem that gives the majority of results, of course you're able to solve problems much better. Or if you're not able to solve all problems altogether, you're at least focusing on the most important key parts of the problem. Number 12 is scenario planning. That means that you have different problems, and then you have different scenarios. That means what will happen if I will do, what will happen if I will do this one. So that means there's a lot of different scenarios that you can able to create for the future. So what will happen if I will do this one? What will happen if I will pursue this one? What will happen if I will pursue this one? So you're creating different scenarios and then you're choosing which scenarios do you think that potentially give you the most results. Number 13 is ethical problem solving. Ethical problem solving. That means that a lot of times when we have problems, there could be a lot of morals, potential issues, there could be values included. So it means we need to understand that sometimes we need to ask what kind of ethics we need to involve in problem solving, not just to solve problems, but not to create even more problems, because sometimes people create problems just by solving problems. So we need to include our values and morals when we solving problems. Number 14 is simulation. So sometimes we able to try. So that means that when we want to solve a problem, we're able to simulate. So we're able to try something that potentially could look like a problem and really implement new ideas and try those new ideas. And when you try those new ideas, you're able to say, okay, I will try this one. I will see how it works, and I will try something new. I will see how it works. I will try something else. I will try something how it works. And then because you have seen that simulation, you're able to choose the best solution. And the last one, number 15, is crisis management. So it means that a lot of times we are able to be proactive and we are able to prevent things. So when we are proactive and we create crisis management tools, how to solve specific problems. So when the problem occurs, we have crisis management tool in place and we're able to act accordingly immediately. So being proactive and really think and prepare for the worst case scenarios and really knowing what will happen if that problem will occur. A lot of leaders does that and plan for worst case scenarios, and they have the crisis management tool in place, contingency plan. So when something happens, they are able to act immediately. Of course, I understand that today I only covered the scratch of it, and there's much more in every single way and every single approach. There's so much more to dig in. But knowing that there is different ways to handle a problem, that is already creates more resourcefulness, because resourcefulness is one of the biggest skill to have in anything in life. So if you want to solve a problem, you need to be very resourceful. And when you are resourceful, you will find a way how to solve a problem. And if you used to solve problems in one way, maybe it's time to try something new to be able to solve that problem for once and forever. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.